Welcome to the doctor's office. Now, I'm pretty sure we all waited in this alternate dimension at least once in our lives, and due to a little tick in our brains that was passed down by great-grandpa Monkey, you just need something to do with your dumb little monkey hands. Now, if you were 6 years old, you'd be playing with that sick-ass loop-de-loop ball-in-a-bar toy set over there. Or, perhaps, the Wolverine action figure that you thought was really cool because it had retractable claws. But here's a fun fact: you're not 6 years old. You're a big kid now. Big boy pants. So you reach inside your big boy pants and you pull out your big boy cell phone. Then you cycle through like 3 big boy apps. But if you're like me, you probably don't get a lot of fun out of social media. For example, you open up Instagram and you scroll through all of the posts in your timeline at the literal speed of light, and then you jump over to the dump truck known as the Explore page. And then you just mindlessly scroll through garbage until you realize, wait, this is fucking boring. I know. And then you'll probably hop over to Snapchat to see all the kooky shenanigans that all your friends have been up to. Like the Goofy Band Kids posts. The chick who posts herself crying over a boyfriend who's cheated on her for like the 5th time. I don't know. No one cares. And don't forget the famous 50 post story of somebody at a concert and chooses to sing every single song despite not being a very good singer. And after already scrolling through 2 apps, you're still waiting in a doctor's office. Now, you could go over to another app like Twitter or Facebook, but come on, man. I already said that was boring. Hello? Were you not listening? Do you have like buttholes for ears or something? But then, out of the corner of your eye, you spot a pile of magazines. Shit, I can't get my phone out of my fucking pocket. No. Fuck, it won't come out. God, this fucking pop socket, dude. It won't let me take my phone out of my pocket. Hello?
Nobody reads, idiot, so don't even think about it, you dingus.
Reading doesn't exist, but you wanna know what does exist? Mobile games, baby! So you open that app store faster than a crackhead does gymnastics, and you bask in the glory of all it has to offer. They got Subway Surfers, Mario Run, Temple Run, Sonic Dash, Fun Run. Why the fuck are there so many games about running? Jesus Christ. Temple Run 2. And even some games that originally came out on actual game consoles like 2 billion years ago. For instance, I always wanted to play the game Bully back when I first saw the commercial when it was coming out for the PS2 back in like, I don't know, 1800s? Now, at the time, I thought the PS2 was more powerful than all of NASA's computers smushed together. Fast forward 14 years later, I finally get to play Bully, but not on my PlayStation 2, but on my cell phone, which would have been in my pocket, but I'm not gonna take another 20 takes trying to fish it out, so I just put it behind me. Look how smart I am. Thank you, Great-Grandpa Monkey, You're welcome. for the great monkey brain that you have given me to evolve. I'm getting a call. Well, if phone games are so great, how come people don't just play those instead of browsing social media? Well, here's a few reasons, you big, stupid, smooth brain. 1. Touchscreen controls. 2. Ads. And 3. Okay, guys. Can we cool it with the ads now? No? Okay? Please? Please? Stop! It's getting crowded. I can't breathe. Now, when I played Bully on my phone, it actually took me 6 months to beat it. You want to know why? Okay, I'll tell you. I can't hear you. This is pre-recorded, you idiot. It took me that long to beat because it was just so frustrating just to run in the game, to be free. Now, if you ever played or seen Bully, then you know that Jimmy, aka your dude, only has 3 movement speeds. That is walking, jogging, and Mach 4. So, whenever I engaged into Mach 4, if I just moved my thumb in the slightest direction that wasn't forward, little Jimmy would choose to either stop as if he was frozen in time, or he would change directions about 20 times in about 5 seconds. before he decides to ram his head into whatever the hell was chasing him. And you get chased like almost every dang minute in the game. So I would only play it for like 10 or maybe 20 minutes before I decided to spare little Jimmy from getting his 20th concussion. But if we're being honest, playing a phone game for 20 minutes at a time is actually pretty good. So I'm okay with it. But you want to know something that I'm not okay with? You don't have to answer this time. I'm not okay with being bitch slapped and suffocated by ads, all because I wanted to play Clumsy Climber on my phone. Even if I just wanted the ads to stop for just a minute, I have to play an ad for that to even happen. If free-to-play game developers came up with a way that was legal to force you to play an ad just so you can unlock the ability to just breathe, they would do it. Oh, what's that? You're dying? Play this ad for another 5 minutes of free breathing. And even if I submitted and watched that one ad for a little bit of freedom, they would still put the bag over my head 5 seconds later and proceed to choke me to death, which is absolutely unfair. I feel like I was tricked. It's also stupid how almost every simple thing you do in these games is always followed up by an ad. Oh boy, you climbed 5 feet. Here's an ad. Ah, geez, it took you 10 seconds to complete that level? Here's an ad. Hey, good job. You opened the app. Here's your fucking reward. Yeah, sure, I could go into airplane mode and just to turn the ads off if they bug me so much, but last time I did that, somebody got into my PayPal account and spent $200 on a pair of pants, all because I didn't get the security breach notification. Now, glass half full, I did have a really good time playing an ad-free game of Hoopstack. Now, between horrendous controls and being neck-deep in ads, I totally understand why nobody plays mobile games. It's a terrible experience. Unfortunately, that leaves you with only one option left to pass the time, which is to stare into nothingness while you look like you just got shot with a shit ton of horse tranquilizers. But then, out of the corner of your other eye, you spot him. Probably the goofiest looking dude that you've ever seen in your life. He then scans the waiting room looking for an empty seat until his eyes lock onto the same empty seat that's right next to you. And as he walks over to take a seat, you get an unsettling feeling in your gut that says, this dude's pretty fucking weird. Or at least that's what you think, until he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out something that came straight out of God's nutsack. That's right, it's a PSP. Little bitch. While you're over here trying to seduce some dumb virtual bimbo in episode dash choose your story, this guy's already banging not one, but 2 godly hotties from ancient Greece before he goes and curb stomps a sword into a Cyclops' eye. Or perhaps you're just sitting there waiting for True Skate to download while this guy pulls out a disc the size of a cracker and then slaps it into the back of his PSP, and before you know it, he's already McTwisting around Tokyo as Shrek, or maybe fucking pop shoving it around Las Vegas as Ben Franklin. Did I also mention that Tony Hawk's Underground 2 remix is the virtual embodiment of a fever dream? To those who say that any smartphone is better than a PSP, let me just ask you this. Does your smartphone have a fucking joystick? Look at this crazy shit. And the games. Oh, they got Metal Gear Solid. They have Vice City. They even got Little Big Planet and Ratchet and Clank. Is that Mod Nation Racers? Hold. Well, if the PSP is so great, how come people don't just... Because people think that if you're over 12 years old and you play video games in public, then you're considered lame. Or at least that's what my stupid brain told me. And since there's 7 billion people on the planet, there's gotta be somebody out there who's just as anxious as I am when it comes to busting a Game Boy out in public. So here's an FYI. Nobody gives a shit about what you do in public, so long as you don't get in anybody else's way. The real world isn't like high school, where your chances of getting into the cheer captain's pants went from slim to 0 all because you wanted to play Kirby on your 3DS. Dude, I knew I should have saved the King Deity battle until I got home. Now I'm not gonna get laid until I'm like 30. And with those wise words of advice, you shouldn't feel ashamed for spending your spare time in public on something that you actually enjoy doing. Our time on this earth is limited, so you might as well enjoy it however you want to. And if anybody tries to stop you from doing that, then they're probably just an asshole. Or whatever you're doing is actually illegal and kind of fucked up. So don't use my wise words to go encourage you to, like, hunt a baby or some shit. But anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Go do whatever YouTube shit that you want to do, because I am fucking sweating my balls off right now. It is 1,000,000 degrees in this room. But anyways, most importantly, thank you for your time. You want me to include this at the end of the video? You calling me? Because I was like in the... You timed it so perfectly, dude, because I pulled my phone out to demonstrate something and then you started calling me. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Look for it at the end of the video, like behind the scenes, I guess.